Hi, in this video I will show you how to put together the Gnome treat box, and this is an all occasion set with different embellishments like the apple for a teacher, presents for a birthday present or for Christmas. We also have a Christmas stocking and coffee for just any time or maybe winter, Easter egg, we have a little fall pumpkin, and then a little fun flower for spring. We got Valentine's Day heart, a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween, a shamrock for St. Patrick's Day, a snowflake for winter, and stars for the 4th of July. So this file has one gnome box that we have 12 different embellishments, and you can actually use it for many occasions. So I'm going to show you how to put together the flower version. Here's the flower, that's one of the embellishments. And all the other embellishments you'll see on the screen, a little screenshot to the side there. So I didn't do all seasonal, I did a couple different ones like a flower, which is kind of seasonal, which is for spring. And I did a coffee cup, because I thought, you know, a lot of coffee people out there, and it's just cute, I thought. And one school, in the present you could use for birthday or Christmas. So I do already have one made. So here's the Christmas one. So I'm going to show you how to put together one gnome. So you can see you just changed the color of the paper. And this one I embossed the beard and added kind of a Christmas present color. You can see there's panels on the side, and then the same on the back. So you can kind of see that I added some glitter glue. It stickles after I embossed it. So that's kind of fun. And this already has glitter on it. So what we'll do, I'll show you how to put together this one, the flower one, and then except for the single ones, so we have the ones that just are not layered, the embellishments. I'm not going to show you those, so these are already made. And you can see I use different colors for the hands and the nose. So this is a vanilla and this is a blush. So this blush is not toned down. What I ended up doing is toning down this blush. So this is American Crafts cardstock, texture cardstock. And I'll explain just momentarily how I kind of use blush on a lot of the other ones. This I use vanilla, but I also kind of put a little, it's like a pink color. I don't have the color right here, but I put a little Distress Oxide on it. So that's those two. And then this one, obviously the heart's just a heart. So, but I'll show you the rest of them. I'll put together the actual embellishments so you can see how they're layered after I do this. And they're all put together the same. So anyways, so let's go ahead and move on then. So that's just the flower. So what I did for the flower is I just took this mat and this little sculpting tool. So this is just kind of a squishy mat, like a mat, like foam board type thing, but it's actually is for flowers. But and then I'm going to take that bigger one, put it in the middle. So I'm just creating a little curve when I do it. So if you don't want to do it, you can do it flat, and then I emboss the middle part. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that together. So all these are pretty simple, but I wanted to have one file that you could use for multiple occasions. So we'll let that dry. So I did mention I used blush. So this is the color of the paper's blush. And then what I did is I took this white color box, is no longer made, but it was any white ink. And I basically used a tool, a little finger brush, kind of like this, to put the white on there to tone down the pink. So that's what I used to do that, to give anybody some ideas. Or you can see if you can find a color that closely resembles what you wanted to look for the nose and the hands. Okay, so now we have these two panels, which are the side panels of the box. And then the hat panels, the back of the head, the back of the box, front of the box. These, that's for the back, this is for the front. These are back panels. And so we'll just go ahead and start. So we'll just put the panels on here. So this is how it folds. So I like to pre-fold it, and you see that you'll have a little thing right there. It'll cut that right there to show you. You think it looks weird, it's not. It's intentional. I like to pre-fold them because it helps me to figure out to visually center the little panels on the side. So that's why I do that. So let's go ahead and add those really quick. So I found this really cute paper. It's a digital paper. Has little bees on it and flowers. So I'm going to center this. What's also nice about this particular box, I mean, other than you can just pull it out any time of year and make it different, but what you can do is use the gnome on the front or the back of the gnome, whichever one. You can use it for cards. So you can go ahead and use it for also just take the top portion and just put it on a card for any occasion too. So that's nice. Trying to make it so you can use it for multiple things. So we're going to put that aside for now. So we're going to go ahead and layer each side. So I'm going to take the front. You can tell which one the front is by the way, see the big beard and how this goes this way? This is the front. So it's going to layer like this. And then we're going to have the place for the nose. Oops, we missed one here. Oops, we want to go like that. And then put that. And then we'll put these kind of line right there. So we also have little feet too. Just didn't pull them out. Let me get those out. So I ended up using dark gray, I think it's ash, for the feet. So as you can see, you could just make this panel and put it on a card. You could size it up, down, whatever you need to do if you wanted to use that. And I suppose you could use it for vinyl designs too, so I don't see why not. Because nothing's really intricate. Actually, vinyl does better intricate anyway. So we're going to piece this together, and then let's see, let me put these together too so you can see how this goes. So I'm going to do everything but the hands and then the hands and the embellishment for now. And the nose, because I want to put it flat and it's got pop-up tape. So the way this is going to go is like this. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm not going to talk through this section, but I'm going to put those together and then I'll come back to the final steps, which is putting the nose, hands, the flower, the embellishment, whichever embellishment you choose to use, and then putting together the box. Okay, so now you can see that we have both the front and back almost done. I did put these on foam tape to pop them up because I think it looks better. So this is what it looks like flat. And then, actually, let me show you one that the box is done. So it just gives it a little dimension with the popped up. You can't see it as well when you're on film, but it does look good, you know, gives it that dimension. So let's go ahead and we're not going to put these on yet. We need to put the box together first. So simply add glue to the side tab, and if you'll notice, I am using Barely Art glue, which I normally use art glitter glue. I've been using this glue for about a little bit less than a year, on and off, but not in videos. I still like art glitter glue, so you'll see my suggestions. If somebody asks me, I usually say art glitter glue or Barely Art, but if you do use one, and there's different reasons for using different ones, it's whatever you get used to and like. I end up liking this little tip that comes with it. So I've been using it for all this last set of designs, and just trying to get used to seeing how much I like this. And this is something extra that you can just put on top, which I like. So normally you'll see me with a little bottle like this of art glitter glue, which is I just put this in here. I like that too. So if you're wondering why I'm using different glue because you're not new to me, then that's the reason why. It actually it holds more glue, and I'm actually liking the tip. So I had refills, so I figured let's give it a try for a little bit. I'm not completely switching away from art glitter glue though. So we have that, and then just go ahead and fold this flat over there. And then it should just fold over like that. And the reason why we're doing this before, you can do it with the panels on. Sorry about the barking. But it'll be harder to fold over and put together. It's just easier to do this first. So we can go ahead and, at this point, since you already glued these sides, you can go ahead and put the front and back on. So as you can see, you can just put this on anything and use it for anything. So here's the front. So the way it's going to go on is like this. So you saw me layering it. So this, because this is cut out like this, has a little dip in there. These should align with the bottom edge of the box. But if you get it lined up at the top and the sides, then you're good to go. So I would add glue to this, not the actual piece, because it overlaps. That's the reason why I have, oh, this is getting in my way here. This is the reason why these pieces on the outside are out like that, is to help you line it up. So lightly place it. Line it up with this edge right here. And if you do that, it lines up at the bottom. So just go ahead and flip it over, make sure. So this is how I do every single layer anyways. Then I can apply pressure. So if you wanted to, you could always wait to put those on after, if you're using pop-up like foam adhesive. And then this one, see, it's natural inclination to put it on the back, but it's not what you want to do. I made a lot of these, so this is my 13th, because I wanted you to be able to see them all together. They take, when you're doing a lot of them, they take some time, but if you were doing like the same for a same theme, it really doesn't take long to put together at all. It's just because I had to pick 13 different pattern paper and all the different colors to make all the boxes. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this bottom. So there's two choices. You can glue it on the inside, the tabs, or you can glue them on the outside. So honestly, if it's for a party or something, I do not see an issue with gluing it on the bottom because it'll make it sturdier. Whenever you glue around it, you could always cover it with this size. If you want to cover them and not show them, you could always put another panel on there. So honestly, so I did them different. So you can tell if you have something inside, you can see. I mean, you can see the tabs inside, but that's inside and there's no tabs on the bottom. And there's no tabs on the this one's on the inside. Let me find the ones I did on the bottom. There's one on the bottom here. Here we go. So I put the tabs on the bottom for that one. And then, of course, there's no tabs on the inside. So these will hold more. Especially if you're making them, because you can always size them down a little bit. So let's say you want to make smaller ones, you could always make them half size if you want to do a whole bunch for party favors or something. So that's, I don't worry about the box size as much because I like to make it a certain kind of a just generic size. I'm going to glue them on the bottom. But you can always size them down. So if you don't know how to resize them, I have, if you're a Cricut user, I have a video for resizing anything and resizing a complete design. And I think I have one for silhouette as well. And you can do it in like shortcuts a lot too. So I'm just going to line them up like that. When it's outside like that, you can just kind of push the sides in and apply pressure within. And you could use a tool. This is kind of a plastic, it is a plastic chopstick. I like using wooden ones. I just have to get a new one out. But you could put your hand in there as well to make sure. And again, if you put them on the outside like this, you could put a cover, put another panel if you don't like it. But if you're making a lot of them just for a party, like I said, I don't see the issue. But everybody has their own idea with that. If you put them on the inside, obviously you just see them on the inside. So now that that's together, and I just want to make sure. So if you glue it on the inside, you just glue on the outside and just carefully just go the opposite. So now I'm going to put the nose. So you could glue it on or you could pop it up like this. So I'm just going to use this little piercing tool. And this piercing tool, I got this at the Dollar Tree in the United States. It turns out the size of it's good for my hands. So it helps me get that stuff off because I don't have any nails. So I wreck my hands so much with paper crafting. So it's funny. I have expensive ones, but I like that one. So I'm just going to line it up where the nose is. Or you could just glue it flat, whichever your preference. It's a little crooked, but that works. And then we're going to go ahead and put this little flower here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's just dry fit it because I do have those popped up. So I want the thumbs to be on the top. So I can do that. Or I could pop this up too. If I wanted to put it on top, I could do that. So it just depends. You can do it underneath like that if you like it better and just have it embellishment in front. Or you can put it like that. So I try to move each embellishment so it doesn't really interfere with the nose too much, so they go up or down just slightly. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this for this flower. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to center the flower first. I don't want it perfectly. It's the way I like it looking. I'm just going to get these backings off. This is not my preferred foam tape. I actually like the foam. I've tried all this different foam tape. This is from Artesa or something like that. I I don't like it because I have to cut it with scissors, and I like the paper backings. And it's hard to get this plastic backing off, but I got a huge roll like this, so I've got to use it. So, but I do like Scotch foam tape better. So I'm just gonna stick it, just having it go out just a little bit. I mean, you just put it where you feel it looks good. There's no rocket science with this. And that's it. There's the flower one, which I think is just a fun little gift, whether it be for a birthday or thinking of you, something like that. And I just didn't want to do all these separate boxes. I just thought a set would be better, because then you could just use it whenever you wanted to. So you're not going to see me doing a whole lot of gnome boxes in the future. Yeah, maybe gnome themed something, but it would have to be completely different. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to put together all the embellishments. So let me get them ready, and then I'll show you how they piece together. So these are the pieces that need to be pieced together. So I already mentioned that we also, it comes with the snowflake, the heart, and the clover or shamrock, I'm kind of calling it. But so those three I didn't have to piece together. So we have the present, can be done as Christmas or birthday, the apple, the egg for Easter, a little fall pumpkin, stars for the like 4th of July or something patriotic, depending on what you want to use it for. Could be for like a boy's birthday too. We have a little Christmas stocking. We have this coffee cup, and then a jack-o'-lantern. So so they're in the order that they need to be put together. So you can watch it as I put them together. But first I want to note a couple things. This one in particular, because I'm going to go faster in the videos. It's this white background. This, I'm just noting the ones that take a little bit more paying attention to, which is pretty much this one. And then this piece has little cutouts at the top. So those little cutouts, you want to line them up to the bottom of those cutouts. So there's a little dip right here, and that'll line up with the curve of this little swirl. Okay? And then this lines up. So pretty much it'll line up on the left. So this is the only one that you need to pay attention to. This kind of centers, and you need to line it up here. The rest of them should come together. This lines up exactly. This is kind of centered on the handle, and this will line up with that handle. Okay, so that's the worst of it. This one, just make sure you have when you make it, make sure that it kind of slightly curves. Make sure it's the right way, because it's slightly different. That just goes together that way. This one just lines up like that. So it's not hard at all. This one, the big one, and then you'll want to make sure that, I'm gonna think, it's the big part that goes on the bottom. Okay, it's more narrow at the top, pretty easy. This one, we have that. Just make sure you put the leaf on correctly, because it's different shaped whichever way you go. And then this one is probably has the most pieces, I believe. It's this piece, this piece, this piece, and then this and this. So you could put these together, and you could actually pop that up if you wanted to. So it's up to you how you want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put them together. And you can watch it being done. It's going to be sped up just a little bit. So here are all the embellishments put together. So I added a little glitter glue at the top there. And you can see, so you can, for any kind of, like a teacher's gift, a teacher appreciation gift, that'd be good for. And like I said, this could be for, it could be actually for a boys' party or something. You could actually use it for like a sports one too, if you wanted to. The nice thing about these boxes is that you can size down any embellishment you have and put it on the front with the hands holding it. So that's why I did it the way I did. So I'll go ahead and put these on the rest of the gnomes, and then I'll show you all of them again. I know you already got a brief glimpse of them. So let me get that done. Okay, then I want to show you each of these. So this is the one with the apple, which I thought would be good for a teacher's gift. So you can see I used some cute little pattern paper. And then here's one that's a patriotic one, whether for 4th of July or other occasion. It could also be used for like sports, that kind of thing. Then we have this coffee one, which it's not occasion, but it's just kind of a fun one, I thought. You could use the coffee, like any of the embellishments you could use on another project, obviously. Then we have this, the one that we showed you how to put together, the flower. So that's 4 of them. So I'm just moving them aside as I go through them. Then we have this present one, and I showed you could do it 2 ways. I'm going to bring in the Christmas present one. There's a Christmas present, the same present, but for Christmas. Then of course we have the back side. Instead of the rest, I'm just going to show you the front. So we have the one for Easter. So just changing the pattern paper makes a difference, changing the color of the shoes. This one's for fall. And you can see the fall colors. This one's for Halloween. So again, just changing the different. It's a little blurry there, so I apologize. Might be my eyes. Here's the one with stocking. See the different looks you can get just by changing the paper. For St. Patrick's Day. For winter, or if you want to use this for the holidays generally. And then for Valentine's Day. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give me a like below and or subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.